I found out about my husband's affair 10 months ago, and it happened at the worst possible time, right when our daughter was about to be born. Scheduled for February 18th, but she came early, at 2:47 a.m. on February 4th. I was alone in the bedroom, doubled over in pain. I called him 47 times. Every call went to voicemail. I was terrified I might end up delivering on the bathroom floor. My mom finally tracked him down at 4 a.m. at the downtown Marriott bar. He didn't get to the hospital until 6:15. He smelled like alcohol and Victoria's Secret bombshell perfume, a scent I've always hated. That smell filled the delivery room. Apologized and said his phone had died, that he'd lost track of time with work buddies. His shirt was buttoned wrong, and there was a hickey on his collarbone hidden under his jacket. 3 days later, while he was in the shower, I checked his phone. In 8 months, he had exchanged 2,247 messages with a woman from accounting. Photos, hotel plans, everything. He even wrote, "I love you more than anything." When the baby fell asleep, I showed him the screenshots. He stared at the phone for 30 seconds and then said I was paranoid, that it was all taken out of context. He claimed she was going through a divorce and just needed emotional support. He blamed my postpartum hormones. 3 weeks later, he came home at midnight on a Tuesday, again smelling like that same perfume. I stood in the kitchen crying, hands folded, begging him to stop and choose his family. He refused, said I was being dramatic. Then he went to sleep. Over 4 months, I begged him 3 different times. Once, I was on my knees in our bedroom while our daughter cried in her crib. Every time he said, "There's nothing to end. You're making this up." The last time was Christmas Eve. He promised we'd wear matching pajamas and have a family movie night. Instead, he left for the office at 8 a.m. and came home at 2 a.m., his coat carrying that same perfume. On January 2nd, I made a plan. I told him I was going to Target, but instead I took our daughter and drove near his office. His car wasn't there. I checked nearby restaurants and found him at Olive Garden. He was sitting at a table ordering the tour of Italy, the same dish from our first date 7 years ago. She was there. His hand was on her knee under the table. I walked in with our daughter strapped to my chest. She saw me first. Her smile disappeared. He turned pale. I looked at her and said, "He's yours now. Congratulations." Then I looked at him and said, "I will not beg someone to choose me who doesn't want to." He tried to grab my hand. I pulled away and said, "Take one more step and I'll scream loud enough for everyone to hear what you've done." He followed me into the parking lot yelling, "Wait, please." I put our daughter in her car seat and drove away, leaving him standing there. 2 hours later, he came home. I had already called a lawyer. I told him, "I have nothing left to say. Go be with whoever you want. I'm not fighting anymore." In the next 2 weeks, he called me 89 times. She blocked him within 3 days. My blessing ended their relationship. Last week, she texted me, "You're manipulating him with guilt." I didn't reply. Yesterday, his mother called. She said, "What did you say to him? He's been crying all night asking me for help." I told her, "I stopped fighting for someone who never fought for me." She went quiet. Then she said, "I'm proud of you, sweetheart." My tears and my begging weren't enough to make him end the affair. But the moment I gave him my blessing to leave, that's when he realized what he was losing.